Welcome to English Mastery Daily. Today we're going to talk about something that's practically a superpower, the ability to persuade, to convince, and to actually win arguments in English. Let's dive right in. Oh, you know the feeling, right? We've all been there. You have this perfect point in your head, but the right words just don't come out. It's so frustrating. You end up giving up, and the other person gets the last word. Well, that officially ends today. We're going to fix that. So, here's our game plan. First, we'll talk about why this stuff even matters. Then, we'll get into the 4 core building blocks of any good argument. After that, we'll see how to put them all together. I'll give you a whole toolkit of phrases, and we'll wrap up with a little challenge for you. Simple. Okay, let's jump into section 1. And look, this isn't just about winning silly arguments with friends. This is about completely changing how people see you and your ideas. It's about building real confidence and getting the respect you absolutely deserve. I mean, just look at this. When you can really lay out your points clearly, people don't just hear you, they actually listen. Your opinion suddenly has weight. And that, my friends, is a total game changer, whether it's in your career or just in your daily life. It's about being valued. All right, on to section 2. Now, this is the real secret sauce of our whole explainer today. Native speakers use a certain structure. A lot of the time, they don't even know they're doing it. We're going to break down that secret framework into 4 super simple types of arguments that you can start using like tomorrow. And here it is, the first step, and it might be the most surprising one. You start by agreeing. Yep, you heard me. Before you even think about disagreeing, you find something, anything, you can agree on. So why on earth would you do that? Well, it's all about psychology, and it works like a charm. When you start with agreement, you're basically telling the other person, hey, I'm listening, I respect you. It instantly lowers their defenses. Suddenly it's not a battle anymore, it's a conversation. And here are the magic words to do it. Phrases like, you make a good point, or I understand where you're coming from. These are the keys that unlock the other person's mind. Seriously, start using these and you'll see a massive difference right away. Okay, so you found some common ground. You've opened the door. Now it's time for type 2 disagreement. The absolute key here, especially in English, is to be polite, but also really firm. Forget about saying you're wrong. There are much, much better ways. Remember, the goal here is to persuade someone, not to start a fight. The second you make someone feel defensive, it's over. You've lost. But by phrasing your disagreement in a polite way, you keep them listening. You keep them open to what you have to say next. And here's your toolkit for this part. I respectfully disagree. Man, that's a classic for a reason. It's so powerful. Or something like, that's not entirely accurate, is the perfect setup when you're about to drop a fact on them. These phrases are strong without being aggressive. Okay, on to type 3, and this is where you really build your case. You've disagreed politely, now you've got to back it up. Because let's be honest, an opinion without any proof is just noise. This is what makes you sound credible. I mean, think about it. Anybody can have an opinion, but when you start bringing in facts, data, research, you completely change the game. It's not your opinion against theirs anymore. It's your evidence against their opinion, and that is so much more persuasive. So you need to use phrases that make you sound like an authority. When you start a sentence with studies show or according to experts, you instantly give your point more weight, more seriousness. It just shows you've done your homework. And that brings us to the final piece of our framework, type 4, the closing. This is your big finish. You can't just drop all your evidence on the table and walk away. You've got to, land the plane. So, why is this so crucial? It's all about memory. If you just trail off, the conversation feels unfinished. But a strong, clear closing summarizes your main point and makes sure that your argument is the thing that sticks in their head long after the conversation is over. And these are your closers. The bottom line is, I love that one. It just cuts through everything and gets right to the point. And therefore is a great way to signal a logical conclusion. These are your power moves. This is how you seal the deal. All right, section 3. We've got our 4 building blocks, right? Agreement, disagreement, evidence, and closing. Now, let's look at the blueprint for how you put them all together into one smooth, powerful argument. Just look at this. It's a simple 5-step recipe you can use for literally any debate. 1, agree. 2, transition. 3, bring the evidence. 4, and this is important, explain why it matters. And 5, close strong. That's it. That's the formula. Let's see it in action with an example. Just listen to how this flows. I agree that remote work has challenges. Boom, step 1. However, studies show there's your transition and your evidence. This means that step 4, explaining the impact. And finally, therefore we should expand, the strong close. See? It's perfect. Moving on to section 4, this is your practical toolkit. We're gonna look at some common mistakes you absolutely want to avoid. And I'm gonna give you a really valuable cheat sheet that you can start using right away. Oh, this is so important. Look at the difference here. On the left, you've got the stuff that gets you nowhere, getting aggressive, emotional, jumping straight to the attack. And on the right, that's the pro move. Calm, logical, respectful. This is the difference between winning and just starting a fight. Okay, get ready because this is probably the single most valuable slide in this whole explainer. This is your cheat sheet. Seriously, pause here, take a screenshot, write these down, whatever you gotta do. These are the power phrases for every single stage of an argument, all in one place. Wow, we have covered a ton of ground. So let's do a super quick recap of the most important points before we finish up with one last challenge for you. So what do you need to remember? It's these 4 things: the 4 types, the 5-step flow, and the golden rule. Always agree first, then bring your evidence politely. Remember, the goal is to be persuasive, not aggressive. So there you have it. The framework is yours now. The tools are in your hands, so the only question left is, what argument are you going to win first? Think about it. Think about a meeting or conversation you have coming up. How can you use this structure to really make your point? Go out there and be persuasive.